Hey guys, Damien here, just with another update. Today's day 23 post quadruple bypass surgery. Just thought I'd give another update. I have to say today is the first day I almost feel completely back to normal again. Everything's healing up really well. I'm gonna have to wear a different type of shirt or something so I could show you my scar. Well, you can kind of see, look. All that surgical glue and all that stuff they had holding me shut is flaking off over time. Man, that scar looks way better than it did when I first saw it, obviously. And so pretty cool. I'd mentioned something in the previous video where it was really raised here. Now, when I went to one of my follow-up appointments, they said that there tends to be swelling there that will go down, and it kind of seems to. I mean, it was sticking out so much when I would turn my head a little bit like that, I could feel it brushing against my chin, or at least against my chin hairs. But yeah, I could definitely feel it, but it seems to be going down as well. My arm still kind of red. You can see that's where they took the radial artery out of my arm. Again, when they did the quadruple bypass, they took a mammary artery. They didn't want to take two. There's two, one on either side here. They took one, I believe it's on the left-hand side. They took the radial artery out of my arm, and then they took the saphenous vein out of my thigh. I would probably say my thigh is the slowest one to be coming along. It's still like a lot of bruising on the inside of my thigh. I was getting a lot of serous drainage, which is like a clear fluid, watery, no odor or anything, and pretty watery, coming out of the incision here and there. And then it dried up for like, gosh, 4 or 5 days. And then I don't know if I slightly opened it up again with the rehab, but it started to leak again. But now it's back to normal. I wouldn't say normal. It's not leaking anymore. So that's probably the area that I think is taking the longest to heal. What else? Starting to eat a little bit different this week. I'm trying to be a little more mindful of what I'm eating, where before I was just like, I just want to get calories. I'm not really worrying about diet. I just want to get enough calories in my body to start healing up and to continue healing. And now this week I'm going to try to clean it up a little bit more and eventually start getting stricter and stricter as far as the diet goes. One thing you're going to want to do, guys, is if you're for some reason having heart failure or your heart's just not performing the way it should, you will see fluid retention. You'll see fluid retention, so you can gain weight really rapidly when you're retaining fluid. So weighing yourself daily is one of those things that you want to track, along, of course, with your blood pressure, just to make sure everything's going the way it should. The blood pressures have been a little all over the place for me. They had gotten real high for a little while, and then they got normal again. I thought maybe there needed to be a change in my medication, and they actually did. I think the first 2 weeks post-surgery, it was my first follow-up. It was 2 weeks after the surgery. They actually cut my blood pressure medications in half. As far as they're the same meds, they just cut the dosage in half. So I was a little bit concerned about that, because that just happened to be about the same time that I was having a spike in my blood pressures. But ever since, everything's been looking pretty good and back to normal. I do start off in the morning a little high. I'm usually like in the 140s over 90s, but then I take my meds, and then I've been trying to be pretty consistent with seeing what my blood pressure is later in the day. So I take my meds about 6 a.m. I get up early. Kids got to get to school and stuff, so I help them get ready for school. And then about 11:30, I take my meds at 6, and then at 11:30-ish, I try to take my blood pressure. That way I give my body an opportunity to absorb those meds and see where I'm at. And so I've been consistently in the 120s over 60s, something like high 60s. So that's been really good. I even had some, I think I had 117 over 67 or something like that. So that's pretty low for me. They tell you one thing. I was a little bit upset initially. I was like, well, now that they made all these repairs to my heart, shouldn't my blood pressure be better? And then they were quick to tell me that, surgery doesn't cure high blood pressure. So it's something we're still going to be looking at. But I do feel really good today. I feel like my normal self. I got some I'm not like overly macho or I got to dominate everybody all the time, that kind of guy. But I definitely feel like, I got some machismo going today, like it's great. I feel like myself again. It's hot out here, so you can see I'm starting to sweat, but I'm going to finish this video up. I did my rehab. It was, I guess it was my third session yesterday. We did pick up the intensity, so it was a little more challenging. I'm not sore by any means on any of the exercises I did, but I definitely got my heart rate up a lot higher than we had been in the first couple of sessions, thankfully, because it's kind of boring. Almost like I said, I think on another video, I almost felt like I was kind of wasting my time. But, by stepping up the intensity now, I feel like I'm actually doing some work. And that's something we want to do. We want to stress the heart out and push it and get it stronger and get its performances, peak performance that we can. A little story, my grandmother, my dad's side, she had open heart surgery, and after surgery, she stayed with my dad, and so my dad and his family, they made sure that they exercised my grandma. She didn't do any formal rehab, I guess, but they had her walking around the neighborhood for like three times a week, and she dramatically improved her heart performance at follow-up visits. And then she went and moved with some other family, and they were not making sure that she was exercising, and she declined rather fast, and then she landed up passing away. Now, I don't know the time frame. It wasn't like she stopped exercising and she passed away within a couple weeks. I don't know the time frame. That's just the story that I heard. So it just to kind of emphasize the importance of doing exercise after your surgery. And then, of course, you want to maintain that the rest of your life. Now, that doesn't mean you got to go out and do triathlons and go to the CrossFit gym and do all this cross training and lifting and all this crazy stuff. But, you got to at least walk. I mean, walk, guys. How hard is it to you don't need any equipment. You don't need to buy anything. The weather can kind of play a role in it and everything, I guess. But, if we can just get out and walk 30 minutes a day, adding that up over the week, that's, we want to get like 3 hours of walking in probably a week. It just depends on how you want to break it up. But that's just an overall longevity thing. It doesn't even necessarily something specific to bypass surgery or open heart surgery of any kind. It's just longevity in general, something you want to do. So something just want to get yourselves to adopt into your lifestyle. I mean, I don't necessarily like to go out in the weather myself sometimes. I live in Texas, and it's like crazy hot, or sometimes it gets really cold. So there's no in between, it seems like. But got to get out there and do it. And gosh, go to the gym. I mean, there's gyms that have like $10 membership a month, and you just go there and you walk. At least you're inside. Then you don't have any excuses, right? What else? What else do I want to talk about today? I guess that's about it. Like I said, I'm healing up really well. Things are looking good there. Not that I'm, a model or walking around with my shirt off or anything like that, but it's just nice to see somewhat of a normal looking chest again, where it was all mangled before. Just feeling really good. So, I hope this video and you've watched other videos. I hope it's all helping you guys out and kind of know what to expect. Again, this is 23 days after my surgery, and so I'm feeling really good. So I hope you all are doing well out there, and you guys get some benefit from this, and that your recovery is going well as well. So hope to see you guys soon, and keep watching. Thanks.